came here, and Jimmy Johnson said to us last night, we're going to show you some fun, some different things, some excitement. And indeed they have.
Well, and it's worked, too. If you look at the 4th down and 5, remember they went for it, they got it. Then they scored on that play. And then just at the end of the half, again, that was a 4th down play, 4th and 7. I thought maybe they'd try and go and get a field goal. Boom, they go and they get the touchdown. So he did gamble. He did gamble with 4th down. He did gamble an onside kick. And, of course, that gives them the 14-7 lead. And after the gamble, remember they got the 4th down? After that 4th down play, then they had this play, the touchdown to Emmitt Smith. And then you talk about a gamble. This again was a 4th down. I thought maybe they'd try and get the 1st down. Like I said, kick a field goal. Not Jimmy Johnson, not Alvin Harper. They went for the whole thing, and he caught it untouched. Untouched by a defender.
A lot of them in the area, but nobody in a position to knock it down. Here's Lohmiller's kickoff, and it's a line shot deep into the end zone, down by Alexander Wright. And the Cowboys will start from the 20-yard line. They lead 14-7. Lohmiller had a bad back, only kicked one day during the week, but he didn't show any signs of weakness with that kickoff, did he?
Jimmy Johnson hasn't let his Cowboys show any weakness at all. I think that in that first half, they really got a lot of confidence. I think the offensive line got confidence they could pass protect. I think Troy Aikman got confidence that he could throw the ball. And I think the wide receivers obviously got confidence that they could get open and catch it.
Emmitt Smith. Around the corner, out of bounds, knocked out by Mayhew, a gain of about 8 yards.
Yeah, the Cowboys are just coming in here and really taking it right to them. I mean, they're running inside, they're running outside, they're running right, they're running left. They're, again, pass protecting, and they really have a good offensive game plan today.
That guy, number 22, Emmitt Smith, boy, he's wherever he's been, high school, college, now in the pros, he's been the best, or up among the best. 2nd and 2. Urban, the man in motion, Emmitt Smith. And up for a first, a gain of 4. Tim Johnson and Brad Edwards made the stop.
You know, Emmitt Smith has so many moves and stuff. Watch, if you just give him a little hole, watch the blocking up here. They start the double team on the nose tackle. The guard comes off on Matt Millen coming. They just get a little crack in there, and that's all he needs. Then he can go in forwards, he turns sideways, and he is tough to get a shot on.
He is one of those guys who never gets hit hard, it seems like. He's a lone setback. Aikman back to throw it. Aikman for Harper. Could have been, maybe should have been caught. But hard to be critical after the catch he made. He put him ahead.
You know, he has 2 things going for him, Troy Aikman does today, that gives a quarterback confidence. One, he has a good running game going. The other thing, he has good pass protection. Even on a pass like that wasn't successful, he still had time. The only way the Redskins can get to him is with blitzing.
They've sacked him 3 times. Here's Emmitt Smith again. Smith outside the 35 to about the 36. Stopped by man, but a gain of 4.
Just watch this run on the, as we look at it on the clicker here. He just starts off running, and then he makes so many moves that he just starts in the hole, and then he starts going straight ahead. And then he's going to take the ball and then bounce it to the outside.
Third down and 5. Urban is the man. Split wide right. With Green in front. Here comes the Redskin blitz. Calvin Martin wide open and out of bounds. First down, Dallas in Redskin territory. A.J. Johnson. Aikman is down. Aikman took a big hit just after he let it go.
And he knows he's hurt, and I think he's more upset about being hurt than hurt by being hurt. Backup quarterback number 7 there is Steve Berline. Cowboys made a trade with him for the Raiders. But again, Aikman has been almost perfect today. But watch this hit that he takes. Again, they have him down below. They have him around his legs, and he takes the hit up on top. And even with that, the hit below and the hit on top, he throws a perfect pass to Kelvin Martin.
Remember, the coaching staff was saying to us, Aikman's still down 13 out of 19 on the day. They were saying he's just taking too many hits. Troy Aikman with Jimmy Johnson looking on with assistants. It's not as bad as it looks, in our opinion. Watch his right leg.
You see, Jumpy Geathers was 97, and he had the leg, and then Charles Mann was coming up on top, and the right leg just got twisted.
We'll find out what we can as soon as we can. Steve Berline is the quarterback. Going deep, and a man is open. A flag is down. Flag down on the play, Alvin Harper.
Again, and that's that same move that Alvin Harper caught the deep one early. It's that out and up. And if you're going to go deep against the Redskins, that's always been the way to do it, with the double move.
It's against the Redskins.
Just don't try and go deep, but do it with a double move. And I think they got the penalty on the first move.
Defensive pass interference, number 35. First down.
Mayhew, who scored the touchdown.
Well, you'll see it right here. Here's Harper. Here's Mayhew. And the penalty is going to occur down the field. As we go down the field, you see Harper's coming off. Mayhew's going off with him. You see when he gives a little pivot there, that's the one that held Mayhew. Then when Mayhew went to come up to him, he put his hand on him. I don't know if that should have been defensive holding or pass interference. They call pass interference.
In any case, it's a first down, and this is Emmitt Smith. Met by Andre Collins, and really met. They're checking Aikman's right knee. Something had to give the way he went down. Ankle, knee, something. That's what they're checking now.
Yeah, he had planted the right leg, and then Jumpy Geathers had that on the bottom, and Charles Mann hit him on the top. The one they're really checking is the right one, and then what they will do is they will check the right one against the left one. That's what they would take a look, check the right one, then they'll see what the left one is like. Troy Aikman has emerged as probably the best quarterback in the NFC. Only his 3rd year.
Everyone we asked says that. Awals was the man in motion. Drew line. Out of the end zone and over everybody. Alvin Harper, the intended receiver. How about New England? Detroit Steel leads Minnesota 10-7.
One thing, when you have a young quarterback like a Troy Aikman, the backup doesn't get a lot of work because Aikman, it's only his 3rd year, so when something like this happens, you get a guy like Steve Berline who hasn't played a lot, but not only that, he hasn't practiced a lot because a guy like Aikman will get most of the snaps.
3rd and 7. Berline. Incomplete. Pass was deflected by Wilbur Marshall on its way to Irvin. Al Boyd Mays.
Well, again, it was just a little, it wasn't there as quickly as it should be. You see, that thing has to come back, boom, 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 be there a little quicker. Plus, it was tipped before it got there, so Mays was in good position.
Novacek will hold. Irvin's shaken up a little bit now. 32-yard field goal attempt coming up by Willis.
I think that they're going to tape that. When they put that stickum on, that's to hold a tape job. They're preparing him for a tape job. What they're going to do is they're going to try and tape that up and then see if he can go after he gets it supported.
They've decided it's a sprain of the right knee. They're going to support it and see. No Novacek holding from 32 yards away for Willis. He just missed it. They didn't even rush. The Redskins just stood there. It remains 14-7. Dallas ahead. 28 left in the third quarter. Dallas 14, Washington 7. Dallas has had the ball 10 minutes more than Washington. Here's the Aikman injury.
Again, you'll see the right leg planted, getting tackled and twisted are right there.
First down, Redskins. Rippon to Gary Clark. His second reception of the day, stopped by Larry Brown.
Yeah, that's only the 23rd play that the Redskins have had, and I think that's a problem. You know, you say, geez, the Redskins haven't done anything, and then you look at it and they haven't done anything because they haven't had the ball.
Second and short. That's the time of possession. And as you say, they just haven't had the ball. Rippon to Minor. He didn't get the first down. Del Rio.
Hey, you watch this defense, you see, they got 7 guys up in the box, 7 guys that are playing run. I think what the Cowboys are doing, they say, we are not going to give you the run. If you're going to beat us today, Mark Rippon is going to have to do it throwing the ball.
Casillas again got the penetration, and Del Rio made the stop. 3rd and 1. Clark moves in motion. A lot of guys move in motion. They always do. Rippon back to throw it. And there's a time incomplete. Intended for Ricky Sanders, and they'll have to punt.
And I think the fact that the Cowboys have had the ball so much has affected Mark Rippon today because he hasn't been able to get into a rhythm. He hasn't been able to get into sync, and I don't even know that he's been able to get warmed up yet.
If he has, he's had to do it several times.
And there's a good sign. Troy Aikman putting his pants back on.
That's always a good sign.
Well, that means you're thinking you're going to play again.
Good Burns punt. By Martin, hit immediately. Just as soon as he touched it by A.J. Johnston. 1st and 10, Dallas. They're on 31. They lead 14-7. Quarter, 9:53 left. Troy Aikman up and walking around. Sprained right knee. Obviously still in pain. Whether he'll be back or not, we'll just have to wait and see.
I think the fact that he's moving is pretty good news. That look on his face doesn't look like a guy who feels like he can still play.
1st and 10, Dallas at the 30. Berline back to throw. It is a catch. Michael Irvin.
Hey, that was a good throw. I mean, Steve Berline got back there and he threw a dart out here to Irvin. Again, they're working on Green. You know, they put Green on the toughest guy, but they've been getting out there and they've been getting him moved. They got his hips turned on that one. That's what Jimmy Johnson says. If we can get his hips turned, then we can beat him. And he thinks he can get him on a post if he can get his hips turned.
Berline, Emmitt Smith. Smith to the 46. Danny Copeland made the stop. A flag on the play. Smith got 4.
Yeah, there haven't been a lot of penalties in this game. It's this one's going to go against Dallas. That's only the third penalty.
Illegal block in the back. Number 80. 10 yards.
Against Harper.
Still first down.
Still first down.
That's one thing when you have a good runner, you have a great runner like an Emmitt Smith. If he's going to have big runs, your wide receivers have to make a block. And that's one thing you always encourage him to do is get out there and make a block.
And sometimes you don't know when it's coming.
No, and sometimes the guy, you'll go to block a guy and the guy's too quick and he'll turn on you and you'll get him in the back.
On first down. Goal line back to throw, and the Redskins are coming after him. Irvin's got the catch on the first down, and Darrell Green again. A good catch by Irvin, a flag on the play, way back deep in the Dallas backfield.
And it was thrown right where Berline threw it from. I think it's an offensive holding.
Hands to the face. Number 79 offense. 10 yards, first down.
Against the Cowboys, Eric Williams.
That is a tough one. That's about a 40 or 50-yard penalty, because you look at this, Berline completed the pass. Number 79 is Eric Williams, and you'll see the flag right there. I don't know. Sometimes in pass protection, you get your hands in places, and you just got to let them play, I think.
First and 28. The Cowboys are really high on Eric Williams, their right tackle.
Yeah, that was a 10-yard penalty in a 20-yard game, so that, in essence, is a 30-yard penalty.
Emmett Smith to about the 33, stopped by Wilbur Marshall. Fellow Gators, both played at the University of Florida.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen a team throw and complete as many passes on Darrell Green as the Cowboys have here today. And even though that last one, that 20-yarder, you know, they didn't get it because of the penalty, Green has given them confidence, and when you're giving them confidence, it's like sending out an invitation. And they're going to keep doing it until you stop one of those things. Darrell Green has to knock one down and pick one off, or they're going to keep working on it.
The Redskins' only touchdown came on an interception by Mayhew. Darrell Green backs off this time. Irvin had Brad Edwards hit him while he was juggling.
That was the thing there. Usually the safety or Edwards will go help away from Green. So they think if they can get that on Green, there won't be a safety there. This time Brad Edwards just stayed in the middle so he could help anyone who comes in the middle.
3rd and 18 for a first down for Dallas from their own 34. They lead 14-7, 7:48 left.
If you look, they've thrown 7 attempts on Darrell Green for 71 yards today.
Redskins blitz. Emmett Smith bounced in, bounced out, and the Cowboys will have to punt. After all the bouncing, he lost a yard.
Well, the defense did their job. The offense should get pretty good field position. Now the offense of the Redskins has to get some rhythm here.
Saxon back to punt. Brian Mitchell. Very dangerous. Back deep for the Redskins.
That's another way to win it, is a good punt return. You know, because special teams can turn around a game for you, too.
Washington has some of the best lines. It's going to be returnable, too. Line drive kickoff. A punt. Tripped up at about the 28 by Darrell Johnston. So the Redskins will take over after a line drive 43-yard punt. That's tonight on CBS. Barbara Streisand and Mike Wallace. Ricky Irvin. Right now, let's take you back to New York to our studios. Greg Gumbel for an update.
All right, Pat, in Tampa, Rodney Hampton, 5 yards and a touchdown. The Giants lead 14-7, but they've lost 4 starters to injury today, including quarterback Jeff Hostetler, who will have x-rays taken on his back. Phil Simms is now quarterbacking the Giants in the 3rd quarter, Pat.
Troy Aikman is down as the Dallas quarterback, the sprained knee. Right now it's Redskin ball, 2nd down. 88 for a first. It's Irvin. Horton. First down, Redskins.
I think the Joe Gibbs has sent Ricky Irvins in here as a change of pace. I think Ricky Irvins is going to give him a little of that Emmett Smith look, a little more quickness, a little more of that movement, the darting, that type of thing. And sometimes as a coach, when you're not in sync, you're looking for a rhythm. Sometimes just by switching a little thing like that, putting Irvins in there can change the momentum your way.
As you can see, they're going to measure. I said first down too quickly. About an inch short. Irvin's out, Riggs in.
I think we're going to see more of Irvins, though. I think Riggs will come in here for the short yardage play. If the Redskins get the first down, then I think Ricky Irvins is going to go back in. Because I think they're going to expect to loosen up this Cowboy defense with Ricky Irvins.
6:03 left in the third quarter. Dallas 14, Washington 7.
You know, an interesting thing, it's been the Redskins have not scored a touchdown here at RFK against the Cowboys since 1988.
That's from scrimmage. They got the touchdown today on an interception. Warren and the man in motion, and Riggs gets the first down. Ray Horton. You heard Greg Gumbel perhaps a minute ago talk about the injured Giants. They are Hostetler, Lawrence Taylor out with a knee, Doug Riesenberg with a bad ankle, and Mark Collins out with ribs. So they've lost 4 starters in Tampa today.
And that's what will hurt a defending Super Bowl champion more than another team is injuries. And that's one thing the Redskins really haven't had this year.
Rippon just had to throw it away as the Cowboys put on the heat. Ken Norton right in his face with Casillas.
Well, that's what they wanted to do. They figured they didn't want him to be able to step up and throw. And you see what happens. Norton there, that's the second or third time that Ken Norton has been in there and doing that. He's provided the pass rush today for the Cowboys. And again, that's their defensive game plan. Stop the run and take the run away, make Mark Rippon beat you, and then knock Rippon down every time he throws the ball.
Throwing down now, 2nd and 10. This is Ricky Irvin. Stop by Del Rio, and again for an NFL update, let's send you back to New York, our studios, and Greg Gumbel.
Pat and John, this time the Metrodome in Minnesota. Watch Barry Sanders, just a little daylight, and he goes 46 yards for his second touchdown of the day. And the Lions have expanded their lead over Minnesota to 17-7 in the third. Pat?
Both those teams still going into today at least had playoff hopes. Detroit's 7-4 record.
This is a situation Mark Rippon told us yesterday he hates. This 3rd and 7 or more.
He's back to throw it and has some time. Intended for Ricky Sanders. And again, the Redskins will have to punt with just over 4 minutes left to play. In the third quarter, Dallas leading 14-7.
And Gary Clark is one upset guy. This guy is a heck of a competitor, and when things don't go his way or don't go well, he wants to be a part. He wants to be the guy that's going to make it happen. And then when he can't be, he gets very frustrated.
Martin back deep. Cowboys have come close to blocking a couple of punts. And again they do that. About the 19, the Redskins down it there. Dallas will take over.
Well, you know, 2 weeks ago the Cowboys did block 2 punts. I was talking to their special teams coach, and he said they just go after them all the time, and just in case there's a bad snap. He said you don't expect to get one. And you see how they overload right here. This is their overload. This is the side they're going to come on the block from. Now, if everything goes perfectly, they can't get there. But if there's a bad hole or the guy bobbles it or something, they think that's when you get the punt block.
Got a high snap, and they almost got that one. Berline, the quarterback. a fumble. Dallas ball. Aikman would appear to be through for the day, wouldn't you guess?
I would think so. I saw that look in his face. You know, at first, you try the tape job to see if the tape job and or brace works, and then you try to see how the injury is holding up. And you could tell by the look on his face that no matter what the brace did or the tape job, that it didn't work. And Troy Aikman wasn't going to play anymore today.
And the Cowboys have to play Pittsburgh on Thursday. Emmitt Smith, 21 carries for 100 yards, over 1,000 on the year. He's the lone setback. Time pass caught by Kelvin Martin. First down, Dallas at about the 38. 18-yard pickup stop by Danny Copeland.
This may be a time where this trade for Steve Berline proves, you know, the Cowboys had Troy Aikman, and they were satisfied, of course, that he's one of the best, but they weren't satisfied with their backups. They didn't want to Babe Woffenberg there. They felt they had to upgrade that, and they upgraded it with this guy, Steve Berline. Now, if nothing happens to Aikman, you don't even know if it works or not, but now you find out if it was worthwhile.
So far, it looks like it was. Emmitt Smith picked up the ball after Mann jumped offside. And out of bounds goes Smith in front of the Dallas bench. Matt Millen chased him down.
You see Berline there, he couldn't believe that Charles Mann was there. Berline's still talking about it. He was telling Mann that he couldn't do that.
He's right.
Mann jumped offside.
Offside, 71 defense, 5 yards, first down.
Mann jumped off sides, and he darn near beat the handoff there.
How about that Pittsburgh-Houston score? Pittsburgh 23-7 over Houston. That's a legitimate offside.
Watch Mann now. He gets there at the same time the handoff. He's reaching in there. He's grabbing Berline's arm as he hands off to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith was still a good enough athlete to pick that thing up and take it around the end. 1st and 5, 2 minutes left, third quarter. Dallas leading by a touchdown. Tommy Agee, he's the deep back. And again, jumping and running and banging. Our information is now that unless everybody gets hurt, Aikman is out for the rest of the day.
Encroachment, 71 defense, 5 yards.
That's the second one in a row for Charles Mann. That time he was in there. He's trying to say that the tight end, Alfredo Roberts, moved. But I guess he didn't, because they flagged Mann for 10 yards of penalties right there.
First down, Cowboys at their own 48. A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Gonna take a shot. Irvin, flag on the play. Flag back at the line of scrimmage.
The whistle blew before he threw the ball, Pat.
Before the snap.
Jimmy Johnson isn't going to complain. He remembers what happened last week. Now, it looks like the right tackle. You see 79, Eric Williams?
Before the snap.
He moved before the
5
snap.
yards, first
So
down.
the whistle blew. The officials blew that ball dead before Steve Berline threw the ball. I heard the whistle from here. I mean, whether they're right or wrong, I know that the whistle did blow. Jimmy Johnson was so excited last week up in New York that you thought he'd calm down this week, but he's not any calmer right now.
On 1st and 15, Berline. Irvin. First down. Berline looks sharp.
I know, you know, and he completed that big one that there was a penalty, and then he completed another one that there was a penalty, and then he comes back with this one. He's doing this under adversity. Again, they're working on Darrell Green. That's not much of a pattern. Darrell Green is really playing off too far. I think he has to get up and get on Michael Irvin before he lets him get downfield. He's given them way too much cushion, and he doesn't have to. Michael Irvin has trouble with press or tight coverage.
He's caught 7 passes today. No flag this time as Emmitt Smith goes left for about 4. Tim Johnson made the stop. As we wind down to the end of quarter number 3 with Dallas up by a touchdown.
Yeah, if you look throwing against Darrell Green, they've completed 8 for 88 yards.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Dallas 14, Washington 7. Our coverage will continue after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.